At this time, I will call on past International President Jana Barnhill to present the report from the International Leadership Committee. Please help me welcome Jana.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning. It is my pleasure to be here and present, on behalf of the International Leadership Committee Chairman, Chris Ford, the report of the committee. The specific mandate, by way of some background for you, the specific mandate of the International Leadership Committee regarding nominations is to identify, evaluate, and nominate qualified members to serve on the board of directors. Nominees must reflect the best interests of membership and must be able to support and foster the strategic goals and objectives of the organization. The officer nominations are based on objective consideration from a range of input. That input includes, but is not limited to, the candidate's materials, a leadership practice inventory, the International Officer Candidate Survey, in-depth interviews with the candidates, both solicited and unsolicited comments and input from current and past Toastmasters who have worked with these candidates. Candidates are considered in relation to the attributes expected of an international officer. And those attributes are spelled out in guidelines to us, and they are integrity, leadership and communication skills, strategic planning, policy making, financial experience, understanding of Toastmasters International, their representation of Toastmasters International, their achievements outside Toastmasters, and their ability to work well with others. So the candidates who are nominated for these positions are those judged by the International Leadership Committee to be those that we believe will be best suited for the strategic leadership of our organization. You heard Gary reference the importance and the move this board is making to a more strategic focus. Now, I did mention the International Officer Candidate Survey, and it is important to note that this year the International Officer Candidate Survey was sent to approximately 250 current and past leaders of this organization. Of those 250 surveys that were sent, fully 40% of the respondents did not reply. That was after 2 reminders and an extension of the deadline. It is also very important, and I want you to know, that for the director candidate survey, the participation was significantly less than that. So that is clearly a deficiency that needs to be addressed. A major strength of the International Leadership Committee is the interview process. The International Leadership Committee is divided into 3 subgroups. Each of those 3 subgroups interviewed via conference call every international officer candidate for about 45 minutes. So every single candidate underwent about 2.5 hours of extensive interviews, and it wasn't just Q&A. We had the opportunity to delve into much broader, deeper discussions. And I see John Noonan, past director Carl Cottingham, in the audience today. Both of these gentlemen are on the committee, and they will attest to the hours that we spend on the phone, won't you guys? Even Dorothy is nodding, yes, yes. So the resulting nominations for the office of President-elect, First Vice President, and Second Vice President are considered by the International Leadership Committee to be the best strategic interests of the future of Toastmasters International. And with that, we are pleased to nominate the following Toastmasters for international office. For the office of President-elect, Distinguished Toastmaster John Lau. For the office of First Vice President, Distinguished Toastmaster George Yen. And for the office of Second Vice President, in alphabetical order, Distinguished Toastmaster James Kakachi. And Distinguished Toastmaster Mohammed Murad. Madam President, that concludes my report.
Thank you so much, Jana, for that report on behalf of Chris Ford, Chairman. Every February, we have a pause in the business to attend to some important business. And this year, it's my pleasure to have this opportunity. Some of you know that this man to my immediate left and I have been friends since we started our Toastmasters leadership journey as LGMs. So I know many, many stories, perhaps some things he did outside of Portland and Clackamas that I'm not sharing with you. Because what I know is what goes around comes around. But I do want to say a few words, probably none that will be new or unfamiliar to you. Our immediate past international president is a man of great integrity. He's a man of conviction. He's a man of solid character who is diligent in his work ethic, who prepares, is thoughtful, and is so considerate of each person in our entire membership that he has met. An example of this week when we arrived, the executive committee from out of town, was Valentine's Day. Gary hosted a party for us at his home to make us comfortable, relaxed, get us set up for all the things that he wanted us to do. But it's just an example of his hospitality, his generous spirit that he brings. I think that everybody in our organization would say that Gary Schmidt led with bravery this organization as we launched into the globalization worldwide that had been voted in. And as we progressed, he probably transgressed, we progressed through globalization and to set the future course of this organization. How blessed we were to have a man of this caliber lead us. I will always, to the day that I lay on my deathbed, be grateful for having walked arm in arm through the leadership roles with this man of great character. And to be able to call him, like so many of you do, a very close, dear friend.